Anyway, what are we doing in this video today? Well, I think we're on version 3.0 now. I may upload version 2.0. I did start making it. I may put it up. I'm not sure yet. It may be up, it may be not. What I was going to do with the double DIN setup, I was going to do vent system, but sort of came away from that idea because I realised I have to cut away quite a lot of the actual ventilation boxing in the back. I wasn't too keen on doing that. And it's a lot of work as well, and it may or may not work. So I went on to version 2, which would have been take the BMW top box out, which is this. And some of the BMWs, this is actually a sat-nav. In some versions, an optional extra. This pops up and there's a little screen in there. So I think what I'm going to do, version 2 was I was going to use it as a template, and I was going to create a flat plate and then build a pod on top of it. Let's do our pod. But I did actually find this quite cheap on eBay now. This is actually, because it's got a bit of the contour going, the edges, it's hard to manipulate to replicate that same setup really, with just a bit of fiberglass. So this is my next plan, version 3 now. So I bought this off eBay. More butchery involved here. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do, use this as our base because it's got the correct contours and our fixings on the back. And I'm going to cut away as much of this as possible as I dare, keeping the fixings in place. And then what we're going to do, we're going to get some fiberglass and we're going to build a pod system to house our double DIN face unit. 1 minute. Just pass that over, please, will you? Oh, okay, thanks very much. Right, okay. So I went ahead on eBay and I bought this double DIN unit. It's quite cheap. I think it's a piece of rubbish actually, to be honest with you. But there we go. There's a mock-up of our double DIN setup. There's our connections on the back. So what I'm thinking, we'll use this as our box section, because I don't actually have a double DIN stereo at hand. And what I'm thinking is we'll build a pod and we'll sit this in there. Now bearing in mind that the BMW box does actually, the back of it sits about 2 to 3 inches at the back higher than the front, so I've got the angle. So what I'm thinking of doing is somehow building the pod into there on top of that with fiberglass. We'll see as we go along. You see what I mean as I go along. So we'll put our stereo to one side for safekeeping. So what I'm going to do first, let's go down a bit. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to mask off, I think, with a bit of tape my cutting lines. I'm going to go ahead and cut this section out. I'll get a spare lid out of it. I never need it. I'll probably remove the button here. I could just fill it. I'm a bit restricted to the gaps because obviously I've got the tabs there. I'm going to cut away as much as I dare possible. Obviously I've got to leave a bit of an edge because I'm going to be building a cardboard infrastructure on the bottom of that to house our fiberglassing. And then obviously we'll have to take the cardboard out from underneath afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and mask off the plate here and get cutting with our die grinder as usual. Be with you in a minute. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Oh, we're back. Okay, just talking to fucknos there. So we've masked off our cutting lines. This is as safe as I want to cut at this stage. I'm going to cut this section out first, and then we'll see how it looks. Right, let's get cutting. It's only plastic, so hopefully it won't be. take a gamble and cut a bit more off the back, off there. I mean, I have made this box slightly larger than it should be, to be honest. But then ultimately the wires will sit inside the box, the unit, so hopefully that should be okay like that. I suppose if it's sat forward a bit, it's not the end of the world, is it? I might cut a bit more off the back of that. Obviously I still need to... I don't want to cut any more off the front, as I've already lost the back fixings off there, so I don't want a chance losing the front. The front ones will give me... I need the front ones to secure it. So that is the actual double ding case. I think what I'll do, I'll go ahead and cut a bit more off the back. I might go back another centimetre maybe. That'll give me a bit of extra depth. I know this is slightly longer than it should be, but it should be alright if it sits in there. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and cut the back a bit more. Let's cut the back a bit more and see how we get on. I don't want to lose. I don't want to break this. I don't want to. Let's mark another line. As far as I dare, I've got to build the cardboard. I need to build the cardboard infrastructure as well for this, so I don't really want to. So I need something for it to stick onto really, unless I fiberglass it from the inside. I might put some fiberglass supports on the inside once it's dried and I've removed the cardboard. I hope this works. Might take a gamble and just cut these. Might cut into those lugs a little bit and just keep just a little bit. And I think the double dim box may just drop in a bit deeper, hopefully. If I can get it to sit as low as possible. I'm going to cut this and we'll come back. So we've got our plate cut out. I think the next step is I'm going to get some cardboard. And we're going to start building the pods around to take the fiberglassing. So what I think I might do, I won't bore you with detail, but I might start cutting some... I'll try and keep it... I don't want it square really, so I'm going to try and build something so it comes up just over a bit of a chamfer on it and back down again. What I'd like to do at this stage is build the cocoon case on top of that, and then I can take it from there. What I'm thinking of doing at the end is getting a piece of plywood or MDF and putting a face on the front of it and cut the square out for the double din head unit, and also the wood will actually act as support as well to take the weight of the double din. Maybe I'll do 2 layers maybe. I want to make sure I can get it all in there really. I need to double check the depth of it. I'm hoping I can get it all in there as far as it can. That's the only space I've got. There's no other space left on there, so that's the maximum. My only other choice is to cut out the front lugs, but then I'll be left with nothing. So I'll have to probably create some lugs, make some lugs somehow, and just tie it from inside the car. I could probably zip tie it down inside, I suppose, couldn't I, or something? Cable tie it inside the car. I'm going to build it as far forward as possible, I think, the cardboard, the cocoon, and see how we get on from there. I'll get on and cut that out ready, and then we'll come back.